Hi everyone, welcome back to Liberty Park Music. Today we'll be checking out how to deal with chord changes when there are no anchor fingers available. So the first technique I like to use and I like to show for dealing with chord changes with no anchor fingers is called using false anchor fingers. And a false anchor finger is basically, you basically move one finger into position first, then you use that finger as an anchor and the other fingers will follow and land into position. So that might sound confusing, so let's use an example. So I'm going to use A minor, switching over to D minor. Now, if you notice between these two chords, there are no anchor fingers available. But if I want to use the idea of a false anchor finger, so what I do first is I move my middle finger first onto the 3rd string 2nd fret. So I switch to the D minor like this. And then once my middle finger is on the 3rd string 2nd fret, then my ring finger and my index finger can land down easily because this is kind of like an anchor finger. So I move my middle finger first. So from the A minor, I move my middle finger first, this is my anchor, now I place the other 2 fingers down. And then if I want to go back to the A minor, same thing. I can use my middle finger again, and then I place the other 2 fingers. Now it doesn't have to be a middle finger, it can be any one of these 3 fingers that you're going to use. You can even use your index finger, so my index finger first, then the other 2 fingers. And same thing going back to the A minor, index finger first, then the other 2 fingers. Now let's use C major to D major as an example as well. For C major to D major, I like to use my ring finger as an anchor finger. So when I go from my C major to my D major, I move my ring finger first, and then I place the other 2 fingers down. So once again, C, D, and then going back to the C again. Sometimes I use my index finger, sometimes I use my ring finger to go back to the C. And for G and A minor, same thing. So G major to A minor, I like to use my index finger to anchor myself first, then A minor. And then going back to the G major, I use my middle finger as an anchor, then place the rest of my fingers. So you see what a false anchor finger is. It's basically just moving one finger first and using that finger as an anchor finger.